All right, it's Monday. It's a brand new week, and I am your host, Professor Paul Markle, and I'm back sitting behind the black carbon steel microphone. I hope you guys enjoyed a little, brief respite from hearing my voice or whatever you want to call it. And thank you to Nancy and Alex and Jared and of course, Zachary behind the scenes for taking care of business and making sure everything ran smoothly while I was not in the studio. Now, we are coming to you from where? Well, it's the Silencer Shop Studios, home of the Glass Case of Emotion.
SilencerShop.com, the easiest way to buy silencers online, period.
Full stop. End of sentence. Very good. 2016 might just be the year.
The year of the honey badger?
No, well, yeah, the year of the honey badger and the year of the silencer, the year of the suppressor. You know, that might be one of your goals. One of your New Year's resolutions. Maybe people out there say, this year, it's going to be my year to shoot quiet.
I heard that Silencer Shop, they offer the best services along with the best prices. So there's that. You guys check them out.
That's the rumor.
They've gotten tons of videos and reviews on there, like I've said before. If you are thinking about buying a silencer, stop thinking and go do it. And SilencerShop.com is a great place to look at reviews and videos.
Yeah, the process, you and I and people that work at gun shops and manufacturers, we are hindered by this great bureaucracy that we've allowed to exist, to be created in our nation. And because of that, even though you are technically allowed, they are allowed to own a suppressor or a silencer or a sound moderator, they still drag their feet. And so the process does take time. It's not the silencer manufacturer's fault. It's not the retailer or distributor's fault. It's the fault of you. What? Whoa, hey, it's not my fault. Actually, it is. It is the fault of every American voting citizen because they've allowed themselves to be put into a subservient position where they're saying, "Mother, may I?" Now, you have the opportunity as an American to correct that problem, but as of right now, the reason you're like, how come it takes 6 months to get a tax stamp back for a suppressor? Why does it take 6 months? Well, I'll tell you why. Because your ancestors, your fathers and your grandfathers, and your great-grandfathers even, you know what they were, Jared? What were they? They were reasonable.
Oh, reasonable.
That's right. For 80 years, American gun owners have been reasonable. And they've listened quietly and patiently and said, while Big Brother, while the state has said to them, well, if you just give us a little bit of your liberty, we'll promise you some security and safety. We promise. We absolutely promise. And then, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. It used to be they would steal liberty in like generational increments. Like once per generation, they would come around and steal some liberty. Now they don't even wait 6 months. Now, so you want to know why you have to wait 4, 5, 6 months for a tax stamp for an object that is over the design of which is over 100 years old? Why is that? Because for 80 years, you and your fellow gun owners, American citizens, have all been reasonable. And how is that working out for you? Well, answer that question yourself. All right, moving on. Let's talk about our friends at Brownells, because if you go to brownells.com, what do you get? Well, you get a lot of stuff. They have ammo and pieces and parts. If you need rings, if you need screws, if you need those little pesky objects, and when you lose the spring out of your whatever, your Remington Who's-Its, your Winchester What's-Its, when you lose that spring or you break that leaf spring or whatever, who are you going to call? Well, often, if you call Brownells, if you go there, they will have what you need. And what else do they have, Jared? They have Frog Lube.
They do have Frog Lube.
You can buy your Frog Lube from them, or you can buy your Frog Lube from froglube.com. And they also have Duracoat and Duracoat products. Now, I'm going to close my mouth and I'm going to allow Jared to say something really cool. We kind of made this, we made it public last week to everybody who follows us on our social media sites, and which is yet another reason why you need to be paying attention to the social media sites. Did we make it available on Gun District? Did we tell people on Gun District?
I don't think so. Yeah.
We did? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And here's the deal, fools. Whoa. Careful now. You hurt someone feeling. No, here's the deal, hippies. Why do they call us hippies? I don't understand. We're not hippies. You hate Facebook, you say. The hell with Facebook. I hate Facebook. Okay, great. Twitter, I hate Twitter. Instagram, hate, blah, blah. Okay, great. You hate them all. But you want to know what's going on in the gun world, right? It's 2016. You want to be made aware. Well, then why don't you go ahead and follow a 100% gun-friendly social media site? If you hate Facebook and you hate Twitter and you hate Instagram and you hate Google, okay, go to gundistrict.com.
Did you know that they just released a gun version of YouTube?
And what's it called?
It's called guns.wtf. Yep.
What?
Yep, guns.wtf. You can go there. It's funny. Go there, and it's just like it. I haven't got too far into it yet, but it looks like a YouTube where you can create an account and upload your own videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. There's also GetZone, which is the Media Lodge alternative to YouTube.
I don't think that's like any user can upload, though. I think you have to be vetted to get on there.
Yeah, probably. Well, good.
Yeah.
Good. But anyway, tell them about Duracoat. Tell them what is cool and neat, and we led up to it, and they're all out there with bated breath. They're like, well, tell me the story. What's going on with Duracoat?
So we talked a little bit, and this. Thank you to the grad program members because they made it happen. Part in making this happen. Duracoat just released a Student of the Gun tattoo, so you can order. I don't really know how they work. You stick them onto your guns, and I'm just.
Are you being a retard?
Yeah, I'm lying.
Okay.
I know how they work, but you stick them onto your guns, and you can use it like we do. We use the spray paint can. What's that called?
The can technology.
Can technology. Yeah.
Duracoat aerosol.
Yeah. Can technology. We'll put the gun tattoos on, spray it over, and then you peel the tattoo off, and it is in the design of the tattoo.
Well, the cool thing about the Duracoat gun tattoos is you can use them twice. You use them as a positive and as a negative.
Yeah.
So you actually peel the part out and you stick it on there, and then you do that one, and then you use the negative. Essentially, you can use it both as a template and as a
sticker.
No, as a the other thing I'm searching for. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. Finish my sentence for me. You guys understand. But actually, very serious. Stencil. There you go. A template and a stencil. Very good. So the Duracoat gun tattoos, very cool. They've got the skull. They've got the spider. They've got the bullseye. What else do they have? All kinds.
They have all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
But
it's a kit basically. Yeah. You buy them and it comes as a pack. And so when you're going to refinish your gun, essentially this is what you need to do, hippies. You go to Duracoat.com or you go to Lauer Custom Weaponry or whatever.
It's Lauer Weaponry.
What I said, .com. And you say to yourself, okay, I'm going to do a whatever. I'm going to do a Marpat, or I'm going to do the...
Yeah, you can choose what stencils
whatever.
You get.
There's all kinds of stuff you can get. And then what you do is you add to cart the gun tattoos, and then you give it that little extra special touch. That's what you do. And
if you go to studentofthegunradio.com, click on episode 314, and there will be a direct link to the Student of the Gun tattoo.
Yeah. And we hope that everybody jumps on board with this. I know that you guys, I know you will. I don't even have to tell you this, but sometimes it takes a while to get the word out. And it did take the people at Duracoat. They had to actually spend some of their time to make this happen. to produce this. And we want to make sure that we're giving them a attaboy and a thumbs up by actually ordering them. I think the gun tattoos are what, $5?
Yeah, they're $5.
So
you guys can support Duracoat and LauerCustomWeaponry.com by just $5. I mean, seriously.
I mean, totally.
Totally, yeah.
All right, well, derp. It is Monday, and you know what that means. It's time for our SWAT Fuel Warrior of the Week.
My name is Lauren, and I'm from Missouri. I have a question for Professor Paul. Professor Paul, in your book, Patriot Fire Team, Preserving the Republic, 4 Men at a Time, in Chapter 7, you discuss body armor. What kind of external body armor, either hard or soft armor, would you suggest purchasing? Thank you. Bye.
Okay, that's an excellent question. But before I answer that question, Jared, remind people, A, how they can be the Warrior of the Week, and B, what they get.
A, you can be the Warrior of the Week by calling 682-207-7684. That is the Warrior of the Week line. Leave a clear and concise question, preferably rehearsed, on that line. And if we choose it, then you get a free bottle of 9mm plus P. Lauren, we've got your information, but if you could do me a favor and send it to alex@studentofthegun.com. Send your name, mailing address, phone number, and email. Lauren is a member of the Student of the Gun grad program, and if you want to be a member, go to studentofthegunradio.com, click on Become a Member, and you can join her in the awesomeness of the grad program.
That's right. Those people are having more fun than a human being should be allowed to have. Well, I tell you what, when in the book Patriot Fire Team, one of the things that I said was that essentially armor sucks. You're like, what? No, how does armor suck? Armor sucks. If you're looking for armor that is, man has been searching for the ultimate comfortable armor forever. There's two basic types of body armor. There is the soft armor, which or concealable, which you wear underneath your clothes, and external or outside armor, which is like a vest or a plate carrier or whatever that you just drop on top of your clothes. Now, most people in the United States, most citizens, aren't going to need concealable armor. They're not going to need armor that they're going to have to hide under their clothes. I know that people that carry a lot of cash or jewelry guys, diamond distributors. I remember reading stories about the New York the diamond merchants, and they would actually get special bulletproof clothing that looked like suits and what have you, because they were carrying diamonds all around all the time. But the vast majority of you aren't going to need to get up in the morning and put on soft body armor and then put on your regular clothes over the top of it. What you're probably looking for is some type of an overt carrier that you can just grab and throw over your body and, secure real quick with a couple pieces of Velcro strap or what have you. And you say, well, why would you want to have that? Well, there's a lot of reasons you would want to have that. But when it comes to what you should have, you say, well, should I get soft plates or hard plates or what have you? I think hopefully most of you understand the difference between hard and soft armor. Soft body armor is flexible. It's more lightweight. It contours to the body, and it will stop low-velocity rounds, such as handgun rounds and shotgun pellets. Not slugs, but pellets from shotguns and so forth. It will not stop rifle armor, will not stop rifle ammunition. Will not stop 5.56, 7.62, 30-06, 30-30, and generally it won't stop shotgun slugs either. However, it will stop most of your handguns, 22s, and all that jazz. Now, why would you want to upgrade to plates? Well, plates obviously are heavier, they're thicker, they're more cumbersome, but whether it's a ceramic plate or whether it's a steel plate or, there's all kinds of the global war on terror has driven the technology, the armor technology through the roof. Those will stop rifle bullets, all the way up to 30-06 or what have you. Now, you say, yeah, but what about, steel core ammo? It's like, dude, calm down. If you're there is no such thing as a bulletproof vest, because there's been an arms race for the last 50 to 60 years. Every time a piece of armor gets developed, somebody develops a round that'll go through it, and then they develop armor that will stop it, and so on. It's been going on for it's all the way back to the knights, chainmail and plate mail and leather armor and studded mail and all that stuff. My point is this. There are a few companies that will actually sell armor to citizens. Unfortunately, even though it's not technically against the law, unless you live in some place like New York City or New Jersey, what have you, it's not against the law for a citizen to own, purchase, and buy body armor. Many companies, because they suck up really hard to the government, will not sell their armor products to what they call citizens, because apparently the lives of those who work for the state are more valuable than those who actually employ them. But one company that will sell it to you is a company called uspalm.com. USPalm, and their website is uspalm.com. And they have a series called The Defender. And you can get, they have plate carriers, and you can get hard plates, and you can get soft plates. You can get level 3 soft armor. And the really cool thing about it is they have one that is essentially a molly or strap plate carrier, and you can modify it any way you see fit. You can adjust it and so forth. And the difference between a plate carrier and an actual vest is, the vest, the traditional vests cover your rib cage and your sides and so forth. Plate carriers generally just carry the front and the back, or they cover the front and the back. That's it, not the sides. So if that's something you're interested in, I would suggest that you go over to uspalm.com and give them a look. So I'm not going to in the Patriot Fire Team book, we get into the why you should and so forth. I don't really have time on the radio to go into great detail about whys, but I can tell you this, that generally what I would say, if you're the average person, you're probably looking for an external carrier of some sort. And the decision is going to be up to you, because obviously if you buy, level 3, level 4 plates, they're going to be more expensive. How much do you want to spend? I think the Defender, the basic Defender, is less than $300, I believe. Let me look here.
uspalm.com. If you guys want, if you don't have the Patriot Fire Team book and you want to get it and see what she's talking about, then go to studentofthegungear.com, and there's in the menu bar, there's a little book section. You can click on that, and it'll be in there for you.
Yeah. So,
or you can get it on Amazon if you don't want to.
Yeah, if you don't want a signature, then that's cool too. It won't hurt my feelings. So there you go. Good question. And I think right now a lot of people are thinking about that, and we're going to be focusing even more on the Patriot Fire Team. You know what, Jared? I think we did. I think what we did was we committed the error of being ahead of our time.
Yeah, I think so. But I don't know what you're going to be, what your reasoning for that is, but I think I do.
No, we've been doing Patriot Fire Team for over 2 years now. Came up with the idea, the concept behind Patriot Fire Team. We talked about it on the radio several times. Jared created a website called patriotfireteam.com. Wow.
And you know what's awesome now is that through what I've done with the grad program, the patriotfireteam.com site, the members that are members there now, they can have a much better experience in the future. And that's one of the things that it's on the table for 2016.
Well, I feel like
there's so much information on patriotfireteam.com right now.
Yeah, for free. There's a ridiculous amount of free information that's on it right now.
And it may not be free for very much longer. So
you can
want to check
download the free report, how to get started and all that jazz.
Hint.
But the reason that I'm bringing this up is because we've been doing it for over 2 years. And we talked about how the frustration level in the United States, frustration that people are having, they feel like they should be doing something, but they don't know what that something is. Guys, women, men, American patriots are sitting around there thinking, I'm not a soldier, I'm not a police officer, I'm just a dude, I'm just a person, I'm an American citizen, and I know I should be doing something. but I don't know what that something is. They kind of, and so what they do is they just post on Facebook. Posting on Facebook is not going to preserve the nation. Well, that's why we came up with the concept of the Patriot Fire Team and the how-to and the why, and that led to the book, obviously. But that was a couple of years ago, and here recently, just saw an article, the rise of the militia movement in America. People, rather than we all agree that the media has tried to paint the term militia as a pejorative for at least a generation or more. The big media never says the word militia in a positive light, unless they're trying to convince you that this is the great incongruity of our world, of our nation, right? On one hand, you have hippie leftist gun grabbers, right? You have the progressive state who says to you, the Second Amendment only applies to the militia, not to the individual citizen. That doesn't mean that you, Joe, average, can have any kind of gun you want or any kind of ammunition you want, or that doesn't apply. We can regulate that because it only applies strictly to the militia. So that's the left hand. And then over on the right hand, you have the same people that say militias are bad. Militias are anti-government whack jobs, and they're right-wing extremists, and you need to be afraid of the militia. What? I thought you just told me that the Second Amendment is there because the militia is supposed to have guns. And then over here you're like, look at these militia people. They're armed to the teeth. They have guns and armor, and look how scary they are. What? So which is it? Left-wing, statist? Pick one. Either the Second Amendment only applies to the militia, thereby the militia gets to have the guns, or the armed militia is dangerous. Look at all these armed militia people with their rifles and armor and helmets and stuff. They're dangerous. Hey, douche nozzle. You told me 5 minutes ago that the Second Amendment was for the militia. Well, that's only when we're trying to take your guns away. Make up my mind. Somebody, I don't know, make up my mind. Oh, well, so anyway, if you freaks and hippies are wondering, how do I get involved in this? Well, go to patriotfireteam.com, or don't. You're an American. I don't care what you do. All right, let's, before we get into the main topic of today, let's talk about our friends at Velocity Triggers. Velocity Triggers.
Superior quality and value.
He almost missed his cue. Superior quality and value. Go to velocitytriggers.com. You got a black rifle? They have a trigger for you. Oh, did you remind them how they can save money at SWATfuelstore.com?
Yeah, SWATfuelstore.com. You can use the code PREPARED. Like I said before, if you don't know how to spell that, Google it. Google will finish or it will correct you. It'll finish the sentence, or it'll correct you.
All right, cool. Crossbreed Holsters, and thank you to Crossbreed Holsters for being the new Thursday Student of the Gun Homeroom sponsor. Check them out at crossbreedholsters.com.
One more thing, real quick. When I say Google, that's just like a general term for a search.
That's like Kleenex.
Yeah. So use whatever.
Or Band-Aid.
Don't write me and say, I hate Google. Then use something else.
Yeah, use Bing, because that's much better.
Yeah.
Century Arms, the sweetest smelling arms maker in the United States of America. Buy your AK now, or wait 6 months and then cry because you can't find one, or cry because they're $1,000. Do what you want. You're an American.
I think that
unless you live in New Jersey, you're not an American. You're a slave.
Everybody that can hear my voice right now, if you have an AK, or if you don't have an AK, get one. And then when you have an AK, put the Student of the gun tattoo on it.
Oh, yeah. You need to do that. You need to do that so hard and so bad. You need to do that hard and bad.
Hard and bad?
Dude, I just thought of something. We have not done this.
I don't know what the song is.
Anarchy in the UK.
Is that?
No, we're going to talk about Europe, and we haven't done this in a while. And this song, it makes me happy, and it makes me smile. And if Jared could make this update song happen, it would make me a happy man.
But what if I can't make it happen?
If you can't, then that's cool. But actually, Jared brings up a really good point. That when you do get an AK, put the student of the gun tattoo on it, and it'll be rocking because you're an American.
Will it be rocking?
Sometime I might be I give her on time, stop a traffic line. Your future gleam is a shopping scheme.
'Cause I wanna be anarchy. Oh, Sid Vicious and Johnny Rotten and the Sex Pistols. Aye. So, you guys remember this story. It goes back a couple of years now. You remember when the Muslim missionaries decided to in order to encourage people to embrace the religion of peace, they decided that they would attack a British soldier in broad daylight on the streets of England and cut his head off. Because that is how you encourage people to join your religion, or your death cult, is you make an example of somebody like they did. So we were treated to a couple of Muslim missionaries. Did they use a gun, Jared? Did they cut his head off with a gun?
No.
No, they used a sharp object, a piece of steel, a sharpened piece of steel.
They could have taken that piece of steel from the slide of the gun and just cut the slide in half. Then
then hammered it out, and forged it, and okay. So, what happened? Well, the British, the subservient British tax slaves, they got fright. And there's like, oh man, we got fright. We've got Muslim missionaries that we've invited into our country who are now killing our soldiers in broad daylight and then standing in front of, and our citizens. The response of the good British sheeple, was to pull out their phones and record it. Because that's what you do. That's how you stop crime. That's how you stop Muslim missionaries from slaughtering people on your streets, is you pull out your Apple iPhone and you record it. Right? Well, the Blaze did an article, and we talked about it on the radio, but the Blaze did an article. New poll shows England wants its guns back. May 30th, 2013. Okay. And at the time, Professor Paul, I put on my amazing Kreskin, like my Karnak the Magnificent hat, and I said, yeah, that's cool. And the eunuch wants his testicles back too. But guess what? It ain't going to happen. So here we are in 2016, and so, wow, this has actually been it's been 2.5 years ago. So we talked about that. We've been doing the show that long? We've been doing the show going on 3 years.
Yeah, a long time.
Wow. So anyway, I said, yeah, all right, whatever. Let me know how that works out for you, because when you surrender your liberty, when you give it away, the state doesn't come around and say, oh, you know what? All that liberty that you surrendered to us for the promise of safety, we'll give you some of it back. Here you go. Here you go, peasants. Here's some of your liberty back. No, you don't get it back. Once it's gone, it's gone. When your liberty has been surrendered, it's not going to be returned to you. They're not going to wrap it up in a gift basket and hand you your liberty back. So, like the insane, am I living in like crazy land? We're living in crazy world here. Nobody will listen. All right, and the previous story was dated it was on the Blaze, and it said Brits want their guns back or whatever, but May 2013. So you say, okay, well, BFD, Paul. Oh, here we go. From the dailystar.co.uk. Check it out. Gun applications shoot up in wake of New Year's sex attack as people look for protection. Dateline, January 15th, 2016. Story by Harry Kimball in the dailystar.uk. What? A total of 73 applications have been submitted to police this year. Just 100 were submitted in 2014. If successful, a license would allow the applicant to carry, get this, Jerry. I almost can't finish this sentence. All right, this is about Germany, right? Deutschland. Deutschland über alles. Deutschland not über alles. If successful, a license would allow the applicant to carry a gas-powered air gun in public. Holy farfignugan. The socialist tax slaves of Germany, of Deutschland, are applying under strict German laws. Only professional marksmen and registered hunters can obtain licenses for real handguns. Would you care to jump in?
Apparently
here?
They can't
because
pepper spray either.
This is the whole. Look at my face. This is the. I don't even know what to say here. So, well, you're like, well, what's going on, Paul? What is going on in Deutschland that people are so excited and are rushing to get BB guns, licenses BB guns. To carry BB guns? Well, what is behind that? Are the Buddhist monks running amok in Deutschland? Oh, I know. There's like all these Shinto priests are running around like abusing and raping and gang raping people, gang raping women in Germany, right? No. Yet again, we have one of 100 million isolated incidents involving the 7th century death cult, or missionaries of the 7th century death cult, are spreading their, quote, religion by raping the infidel women. Oh, this has nothing to do with Islam. Really? Because remember we talked about the rape epidemic in India? Hey, Jared, who was doing all the gang raping in India? Was it the Shinto priests and the Buddhist monks?
Oh, yeah. It was definitely the priests and the monks that were doing all the raping.
I mean, it was the Baptist missionaries were all gang raping in Bhopal and Delhi.
I mean, they are missionaries, so could have been.
No. What you'll never read in any USA Today Pravda story, what you'll never see, what you'll never hear from the Communist News Network or MSNBC or any of that else is that this isn't new. This has been going on for a long time. This is their modus operandi. All of you artards out there, all of you reasonable people, you're reasonable, you're xenophobic. You need to stop being so xenophobic and lumping people in. You can't judge people based upon the actions of people. You don't understand. I have a friend who's a Muslim, and he's a good person. Blah, 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 blah. Shut up. Shut up. It is insane to me.
But I don't even understand why you care who they are, who's doing it, because who's doing it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. Just because this... Yeah, it does matter. It's a pattern of behavior, you lunatic a-holes. And, Jared, somebody recently, a prophetic individual with amazing future sight, wrote an article, and in the article, they said that Europe was lost. I wish I knew who that was.
Oh, I think I saw that article on like studentthegun.com or something, but I don't remember.
It might have been titled "Stand with France," or "You Cannot Stand with France." But what you? but you can do this?
Something.
I don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's the deal. So every time the socialist weenies, the reasonable people who decided that free stuff and the promise of free stuff was more valuable than liberty, they're like, oh, free stuff and the promise of free stuff is really good. We don't need that liberty. We're just going to surrender that. I don't need that liberty. And then they realize, like, hey, you promised me security and safety, and you promised to protect me from all these monsters. But you imported the monsters that are... the state strips you of your ability to defend yourself, and then at the same time they do that, they import monsters to attack and abuse you. That's strange. How does that work out, Jared? This is crazy. This is an isolated incident. You can't judge people, whatever.
That is precisely what it is, an isolated incident.
The eunuch wants his testicles back, but guess what? Once they're chopped off, ask Caitlyn Jenner. That's why Caitlyn Jenner didn't surrender. Caitlyn Bruce Supertuck, decided to even that lunatic knew not to surrender the testicles, because once they've been surrendered, they're not coming back on. And all of you European socialists, all of you reasonable people, they fed your nuts to the hogs, man, and they're not coming back. So have fun with that. I don't know what else to tell you. America, you want to know what your future looks like? Look to England. Look to Germany. Look to France. If you don't nut up, that's your future. All right, kids, cats and kittens and children of all ages. We're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap up this episode, and we'll be back tomorrow, I promise.
Today's homework, go get your SOTG gun tattoo from LauerWeaponry.com.
Woohoo!